Yes, gonna make sure that YouTube is caught up. Which it seems to be now. There we go. Pardon me. But now, some more battleships, I guess. I'm incredibly close to finishing my British Blue Water tree once more when getting Queen Mary. And when I get it, I might swap over to the coastal tree. It is getting increasingly likely, with that leak list seemingly being true. Although I do hope that that leak list is incorrect with stating that the Warspite would be an event vehicle, because that would just be criminal. Now I do have somebody who wanted to squad up with me, so let's just do that. So my main vehicle actually playing will be Orion, because it is slightly worse than the Marlborough in terms of survivability. The Americans aren't actually as exposed as I thought, but they're actually better than I thought. But yeah, Orion is a bit more vulnerable. And my squad mate is readied up, so let's just get into it. But yeah, that leak list seems to be increasingly true. So Warspite Namagi might be interesting. But I really hope that if we are getting a Queen Elizabeth class battleship, it won't be an event ship. The British need another tech-free 15-inch battleship, really. Not really. The Yamagi is armed with the same guns as Mutsu. Seemingly also has the same reload. Oh boy, open circle map. But it has less armor, it is faster and has 2 extra guns. It'll be a very nice addition together with Mutsu, but with the history of Japanese battleships having exposed magazines, I don't think it'll be anything special. I'm just gonna see where the rest of the team spawns first. God damn it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. I just don't think it makes sense to give Warspite as an event vehicle. Especially since the British, already have renown. I need to make my secondaries fire with the main guns. Battle, is he in the Scharnhorst? He is in the Scharnhorst. Well, we know where to shoot him. I wouldn't... I'm kind of reluctant to say that Warspite would be a lot better compared to Renown. Considering that it's still a World War I Dreadnought, but then possibly in a modernized fit. We're going to repair the rear ammo elevator, so let's just hold off, so we don't get a reload penalty. And we are going to bully a Scharnhorst with the 2 of us. I have noticed that these 13.5-inch guns don't seem to pack as much punch as I'd like them to. Even though their penetration should be adequate. Although what's the range? 7.5? Might actually not be sufficient for a Scharnhorst. That's why I just keep pummeling it. And we are the only actual decent battleships on our team, and that does not help. Bit annoying as we can't deal with any of the other ships. That's a Roanoke that's shooting in the distance. At least there doesn't seem to be any other enemy battleships, so we can take our time with the Scharnhorst somewhat. And my guns fired out of alignment, so they're all gonna miss. Lovely. Actually almost tempted to just start firing the HE because this AP is not doing an awful lot to the Scharnhorst. Now I'm gonna load the HE just to mess with his hull. Seems I'm the target for the Roanoke now, or... those are still missing my country mile though. It could be the Fargo behind me he's shooting at. Hello there, Bill. Yeah, these are somewhat decent HE shells at least. I think I need to start staggering my fire as well to keep up the heat a bit more. So firing every 3 seconds roughly. Let's see if I can do that. A bit over my timing, but it doesn't really matter. As long as I just can keep the pressure up, it'll be fine.
The enemy is winning.
Well, that's the plan, to turn it into a submarine. Sort of. My shots seem to be landing quite high, but I can't tell really. And there I go, detonated. Fun times. You know what? Screw being subtle then.
All hands, abandon ship.
Take out some of the bigger guns. Although it seems he'll be flooding out if it doesn't do anything about it.
Attack the enemy!
Another battleship. Ah, Poltava.
Starboard all.
Thing is, he's gonna get back in the Scharnhorst, obviously.
Target identified. Light cruiser.
The one thing I really don't like about the British battleships is they're incredibly slow to traverse. It is just painful.
Target identified. Light cruiser. Bearing 240. 10,000 meters. Fighter. Port. 8,000 meters. Target identified. Battleship. Bearing 240. 11,000.
Middle of the ship is around there-ish. Frontal magazine is one ahead. We aim one ahead. Range is around there-ish as well. He's pretty much immobile. We'll aim a bit lower. And just fire. Well, I guess, well, either repair your guns or J out, Sky. I don't think you have many more other options. And that was actually a pretty decent hit. Didn't get his magazine though. But the aiming was right. Don't like the AA fire. That's gonna be alright. Splashing the magazine. Yeah, Bill, you'll get to the battleships eventually. If you like them much, that's another question. I think it's about time I should just switch to shooting the rear of him. That'll be our friend in the Scharnhorst.
The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
He did knock out my rangefinder, well, my fire control room with just that first salvo. Another decent hit. I'm taking fire from their rear. He got detonated by the Kaiser. And he got shot down by a friendly. Lovely. Yeah, there, Crimson. Obviously, it comes a bit late, but it will. It'll be an appropriate target for my secondaries. Actually, do I have SAP? I do have SAP loaded on the secondaries. And hello there, RB. Okay, touched the Amarak there. I think there's more luck than anything else. Any other battleships we should be wary of? I should be a bit wary of the Japanese cruiser, to be honest, because those long lances could be in the water anywhere. That is a player. Well, that is a very attractive target. And those are taxes. Ooh. Hopefully I didn't get hit harder by him then. I am relatively low crew and I didn't quite notice it yet. It must have been the taxes hitting me that hard, I guess. And that is Sverdlov Moilov. Put my crew down that low in a few salvos, although you did just knock another 12% off of me. Hostile Helena shooting at me from distance. Ideally I'd aim for in between that rear funnel and rear turrets. Although this flooding is making that a bit difficult. Let's see what we can do. Oh, he's already sunk. I need to shoot at Helena. There's his actual range. You can see the cursor moving up there. He's a bit further than my rangefinder would suggest. And can we get a range? No, because my fire control room has been knocked out again. Well, let's just use the Mark 1 eyeball then. And guess. And repair some stuff. Shells seem okay. They're a bit further behind where I wanted them to be. I was actually trying to go for the front turret cluster, but I hit the rear one instead. Took another hit, I think, from a battleship, and immediately knocked in my fire control room again. I think the lead indicator was around there-ish. For a second I thought I heard torpedo motors in the water. But I think that might have been a lie. A phantom. It's too far ahead. He slowed down more than I thought he would. Okay, now that's a bigger problem. Some battleship fire. That, however, is that a Poltava? Or is it a Maria? Whichever one has that bow crane. Okay, that's round about where I wanted to aim. Let's see what happens. Don't really have any teammates with me. Shells were low and ricocheted, whichever one hit. Not good. And there goes my fire control room again. This rate of closing not that fast, but we under aim a little bit. And hope he'll sail into it. I mean, never mind. And it was indeed a Maria. Those Russian dreadnoughts are really not what they used to be in terms of survivability. Especially with these bigger super dreads rolling around. And again, my survivability is not what I thought it would be either. Taking quite a lot of damage. What's the range? I don't like the call out for bombers. He's a bit shorter than my rangefinder says. I'm a little bit shorter still. And around there-ish. Do I have AA gunners left? I do not have AA guns left, but I think I'll just leave it up to my fate. It was grossly overshot, overled. And I think I'm about to sink. One more good battleship salvo.
Keep it up, and victory will be ours.
That's better, but that's not enough. Lands at about like the 18 mark then, I guess. That is if I'm going full speed. At this point there's not much use in me repairing because my main guns are still operational. That is his range. We aim for the 18 near the front turrets. Let's just acquire range again. Okay. And let's shoot about there, see what happens. And I think I need to come to a halt just so I don't keep creeping closer and closer to the enemy. And there we go. Bit too low. No? Oh. I see. That's even worse though. Because I'm now reversing, the lead should not be that extreme, but let's just... They're safe and sorry. And I need somebody to deal with that. At this point I wish I had depth charges. And I'm sinking now. Let's fire the last salvo we probably still have left at his cruiser.
Keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Nah, no, undershot it.
Take him down.
There's still an enemy Texas up, oh boy.
All hands, abandon ship.
I have torps, but they would never arm on something that's literally on my hull. And a good chunk of RP, but that's what happens when you play a premium battleship. 10,000 of it came from it. There we go. Got a rudder for Orion. Let's go for primary armament turning, because I really do not like the British slow turrets. And what sank me if it was dealt with? Did I just miss it in the kill feed? Might have. Might have. I keep like not knowing what the revenge class actually is. Is it a renown, or what is the renown? Because I keep like thinking, is there revenge an R class, or are those two different classes? So let's just quickly look it up. Oh, it's a battleship, the Revenge, on the battlecruiser. Did it have a rebuild? Oh well. I will not. QD. Better not open that chat again. But yeah. Really? That makes so little sense. In all honesty, I actually, between Warspite and Queen Elizabeth itself, I kind of like the look of the modernized Queen Elizabeth a bit more with those 4.5-inch guns sticking on the side of it. Whereas Warspite has like just 2 dual 4-inch. I think. Okay, New Zealand Cape. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the British, Great War dreadnoughts and battle cruisers. I'm much more familiar with their World War II stuff.
Secure the ship for sea. Engines, flank speed. Port, all. Port, aye. Helm, midships. Helm, midships, aye.
I can only keep track of so many nations that are like World War I developments, okay? I will say the British naming scheme for ships is really great. The British have some really, really good ship names. I think my goal on this map is usually to get behind this island and then protect B from there. Also, Evan, the reason why Sharn isn't classified as a battleship in game is nothing to do with historical classification. A pretty long while ago now, Gaijin has like officially stated that they don't really care for historical classification. They class their vehicles with their role in game. I think the best example of that is them reclassifying the M18 Hellcat to a light tank instead of a tank destroyer. Although classification like that for ground have more, you know, significances, especially light tanks with their scouting and stuff. I think that's a normal Hipper, not an Eugen, but I'm incredibly tempted to shoot it. It seems the decision has been made for me.
Hold your helm.
Is the bow different between the Eugen and the Hipper? Never really noticed.
Action station. Enemy spotted.
I can't see the red turrets from here. Then again, I am slightly colorblind, so that might just be the problem. But I can't see the red in those. Yeah, the HMS Archer is quite something different. The funny thing as well is that the class of boat is the gay class boats. So the entire series of boats is like gay Archer, gay something else. It's just an entire series of that, and it's quite a something. Very cheeky. Yeah, that's also one of them.
Enemy listening and losing speed.
Not many, if any, enemy battleships sighted yet. which is always a little bit concerning. Yeah, if the British are getting a actual like World War II battleship, that'd be really nice. Especially since then they finally have a top tier ship with a float plane, possibly. I should probably deal with the Glorious because that thing can actually hurt me. What I'm gonna do now is refrain from repairing until I can get behind that island. Because I think if I start repairing, I'll just get into an endless loop of taking damage and having to repair. He's gonna keep marking it again, because I'm not seeing a lot of shells. I didn't core that Glorious, and that's a really dangerous target for battleships. Seems like I'm taking a lot of cruiser fire as well. There is indeed a Maria over there. Solid hit. I'm almost in a safe area behind this island. And yeah, that Glorious is getting hammered. What we do now is we start repairs. And we'll start dealing with these cruisers. The front Russian cruiser is an AI, so not a worry. The rear British cruiser is a player, although heavily damaged already. I'm doing 6-7. Because I have a lot of British 6-7s that still need spading. Some might say that there's no real point in playing 6-7s, but this seems to be a 6-7 only game. And that chance is always worth it. My aim was horrid, where I just already hit the destroyed section. And he's been taken out by a friendly Nassau. Alrighty, cutie. It was over as well. You know, if that leak list is true and we are getting Amagi next update, I really hope we'll decompress top tier naval as well. Because it's getting a bit silly having, for Japan, having the like 8 14-inch gunship and a 10 16-inch gunship at the same battle rating is incredibly silly. Oh, hello. I see the torpedo still in its tubes, so it's not the biggest threat to my safety. And did my guns just fire out of alignment completely? What was that? For some reason this hipper thinks it's a good idea to try and disengage a battleship. Yeah, but the thing is, aircraft can have separate BRs. Just, you know, throw all of them up to like 10-0 or 10-3 and just, you know, address their BRs later. I don't see why they cannot just literally throw all the jet bombers BRs to like 30-0 for the sake of it, just for naval. Because they can do that, that's the thing they can do now. And then decompress naval. This doesn't make sense to me. Just the one cruiser? No, it's 2 British cruisers. That looks like a good salvo. Too high though. Did a good number on that ship. I'm kind of tempted to just sink that Belfast or do some damage to it. Ah, too much lead. I mean, a lot of naval premiums are just copy-paste of factory ships. It's actually rare to have a unique naval premium than there's a copy-paste one. Unless there's like some minor differences, but yeah. I'm a bit out of position here. Liverpool is not technically a premium. Also, I wouldn't necessarily call Liverpool worse than the... Are they 10 class light cruisers? Then again, I need to check what BR the Liverpool is nowadays. I think it's a 5.7, isn't it? Liverpool used to be a 5.3 and it was an absolute menace at 5.3. Really good ship back then. I spot a French cruiser. I'll try and repair my secondaries, and as soon as I come online I'll cancel the repair, because I do not want the reload penalty for the main guns. There we go. And now continue the repairs, or rather restart them, and hope that those shells will arc over the island. Which they did, and absolutely hammered the cruiser. It'll be an AI SKR. You know, like, this is genuinely one of the maps which I think is decently well designed for battleships.
Attack the enemy!
And later cruisers.
Starboard your helm.
I know the Maria's behind there somewhere, but I can't look on. I can't shoot it. So let's just get a lead on the SKR and just fire a salvo into it.
Starboard! 5,000 meters! All hands, we have been critically damaged.
That'll probably be over, but oh well.
Target identified. Light cruiser. Bearing 10.
With their track record of map changes, possibly. But we can hope. We can hope they don't.
All back.
There's a Maria there. There was one back there as well.
Will be ours.
We have been critically damaged. Starboard, full. Hard starboard, aye. Helm, midships.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Helm midships, aye.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Where are all the enemies?
Starboard, 5,000 meters.
Seems it's gone to hide.
Attention to the map!
Yeah, and I know they're behind there. There's the French cruiser and the battleship back there still.
Damage control to repair parties. Pump out flooded compartment.
And there's that Belfast and Liverpool that escaped my
Helm.
vision. They're apparently at sea.
All hands, we have been critically damaged.
I do like the look of the British dreadnoughts though. Especially the Marlborough. Ooh,
Target.
an enemy Marlborough. That'd be a tough cookie to crack. I'll just wait for the lead indicator to appear. Yeah, SKR is just still going along. Actually, that SKR might just kill our PT-200 trying to get the cap. Good stuff. My squad mate killed him. And now it seems I have the wrath of the... actually, that's the Iron Duke, isn't it? Looking at that snazzy camo. It goes quite well, sample text. And I completely forgot to... Darn it. Because you mentioned notifications, I usually eat out a ping in my Discord server as well when I go live. And I completely forgot to do that this week. As I say, it is not one of my streams unless I forget something. I'll do it after this battle. That guy's gonna sink.
Battleship. Direct hit.
Does yeah, the Spey can go pretty well. I've had some good matches in the Spey as well, but it is not that great of a frigate. Although there are worse frigates out there.
Starboard all. Hard starboard, aye. Shells on target. Helm. Helm midships, aye. Enemy hit.
Decent salvo, a bit high. And there goes my front turret. This is my current lineup. And the ship I'm shooting at is an Iron Duke. The basically just playing the 6.7 lineup for Britain at the moment. Until I get Queen Mary, which will be soonish. Ah, yeah. Actually, is Spey a Corvette under British classifications? Not entirely sure on that.
Repair parties, begin damage control.
I'm flooding kind of rapidly, so let's just finish these repairs up. Or cancel them even. I am indeed doing the Sinky. I'm well aware that I'm doing the Sinky. And I'm permanently doing the Sinky as well, apparently. Oh boy. I need to come to a halt and quick. It doesn't anymore, does it? Please, why don't I just bomb the ever-loving hell out of that? So I actually did a lot of damage to him. I kind of don't want to aim forward of the main battery. I could do. And there's another Iron Duke. Oh boy. That's going to be too much lead to hit forward of the battery, but it's a fresh Iron Duke and I'm flooding. That is going to be the end of me and I already know it.
Target identified. Battleship.
I don't know what to shoot anymore in the for crew compartments. I don't think he has one forward of his main battery. I'm starting to list as well. Ooh, NASA detonated him, lovely.
Target identified.
But my flood is getting worse. It is a pretty, it's a pretty big hull segment. Might just outright sink me. It seems my squadmate has done my job for me on my Discord server. I mean, my squadmate is just wiping out their Marias, but I have to deal with the tough battleships. BF Warren is coming in for another bombing run. That was a bit quick. Or no, he's not. He's doing something else. There we go, decent-ish hit. My flooding has stopped for the time being, which is always lovely. And hopefully the ship will right itself slowly. Okay, that's the glorious hull. Guess he wanted to impersonate the Big Ben. Well, showing me up once more, Sky, but I guess you're gonna get bombed in return.
Somebody attack him!
Engines, all stop.
Yeah, I'm not the greatest at actually playing battleships. There are a lot of people better than me
Repair parties.
at actually sinking battleships. Questionable torpedoes from the AI PR-206.
Bomber, starboard. 6,000 meters. Hard starboard, aye. Helm, midships. Helm midships, aye. Vessel losing buoyancy.
I think that's the only compartment I have that's critically damaged, so I should be fine in terms of flooding. Here comes another bomber. Sterling. Actually, do I have anti-air gunners? I do not. And Sterling just flew into the ocean.
Starboard your helm. Aye, steer starboard.
It does. It catches people off guard quite a bit. AI is launching torpedoes. That is just fantastic. Look at it. In all its glory. And that was not an attempt at actually making a pun out of the Glorious's name. But oh well. And there we go. Game over.
Enemy routed.
8 assists and 2 kills. I can live with that. And my squad mate again showing me up with 12 kills and 7 assists. God damn it, Sky. I need some of the RP as well. But yeah. Another good match maybe and I'll have Queen Mary. For you it was. I think my slow speed kind of... no, my angle kind of didn't. My positioning was more defensive rather than offensive, I could think, compared to their spawn. But oh well, I managed to sustain fire from 2 Iron Dukes. Well, 1.5 in terms of combat length. I mean, it's worth putting a talisman on any ship you like. Back in the day when I got Haruna, I put a talisman on it. And it's gone really smoothly. But anyways, let's do... Oh no, QD was going to join us, wasn't he? At least, like, actually, let me look where Maria is. Rank 5, but that's fine. I don't see rank 7 coming anytime soon. It's if you like Maria, it's not a bad idea to put a talisman on it. Not much harm in it. Especially if you still have to spade the ship or fully upgrade it. It's always... I put the talisman on Haruna back in the day as soon as I got it, just to help with spading it and getting more battleships. And it really, really helps. Japanese port. Not the most ideal battleship map. But we'll try and make it work. Ah, damn it. It's us again. I mean, he'll be in a Scharnhorst and in a Navy guy, although there are on our team, luckily, but it does help. Oh, it's a Haranach. Ooh, that's potent. These are the two British players again, so Iron Duke and those other premium ships. I don't know these two. I don't think we saw them before. But let's see what happens. By the time I actually move behind that island, I'll actually have my turrets rotated. Hopefully.
Action station. Enemy spotted.
Enemy crew, ooh, Congo, and a Renown. Well, we found our first target. Ship is roughly yay long, like 2.5, 2 and a bit. Magazine is 1 from the middle. So we will just, yeah, we'll aim 1 ahead of the lead indicator. We get the range, it's roughly there. And we fire. And we see what happens. I mean, them just keep looking around. They have quite a few capitals. They have that Renown, they have the Congo in the back. I see a Russian dreadnought and I see an American battleship as well. Shells are looking decent. And there goes the Renown. That cruiser's not going to survive. That Congo is a bit threatening. That's a Maria or a Marat. I thought there's the American dreadnought. That's a Wyoming or Arkansas. That'll be my next target for detonation. Can't get its length though. I think it's about yay big. Magazine is again roughly 1, a bit less than 1 from the middle. There go my engines, but that's fine. Range is roughly there-ish. We aim around there. We adjust for closing rate, and we fire. We don't really need to repair the engines, so we won't. We will repair flooding though. Actual salvo looks decent. A bit high, but otherwise okay. So let's do that again. There's a second Renown. We'll fire 1 more salvo at this Wyoming. And then target the Renown again. And hopefully not get shot up in the process. Nah, no decent hits. Renown is 2 and a bit long, magazine is 1. It is reversing. I could maybe try a... Nah, let's just wait for the lead measurement. Okay, 1 from the middle, around there-ish. And then secondaries are lighting me up. Yeah, cutie. There goes Renown again. Predictable as always. The American dreadnought is still afloat. The 2 Russian dreadnoughts are starting to become more of a threat though, in my opinion, as is the Congo. But I can't one-shot the Congo easily. I can't reliably one-shot the other battleships either, to be honest. Let's try that Arkansas again. Your Hugo might be able to deal with some of the tougher targets. Even Arizona as well, ooh. Really a stacked team. There goes a Hugo. Surprised he managed to last that long. Let's measure the ship again. It is roughly 2 across. Magazine is roughly 1 ahead. So aim 1 ahead. Aim a bit low. And we fire, and I fire at the wrong time, causing me to have a reload penalty. But that salvo looks decent. Looks very decent. Is it low enough? It kind of was low enough. It should be a bit lower. Just keep adjusting ever so slightly. And wait for the reload. Let's see if I can get that ammo elevator repaired before the salvo is ready. I might just actually push for the ammo elevator to be fixed anyways. Not taking much hostile fire at the moment, so I'm gonna be allowed to just keep my guns silent for 1 salvo. There we go. There's no need to repair my engines. And we will fire another salvo at this American battleship, which I think was the Arkansas. We have a Glorious, we have... Ooh, a Cavour. Or a... yeah, no, it's a Cavour. It's not the Duilio. Where is my American battleship? Did I miss? I missed, apparently. That's the American battleship.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Let's just fire for some damage rather than trying to get the magazine. I'm not getting an awful lot of damage on him, crew-wise. I don't swap targets. That's Nairn Duke. Our Congo seems to be, well, Hardena seems to be in quite a lot of damage. So the Sky. But I'll just keep trucking along. And I think my next target will actually be the Russian battleship. Because I think I might be able to detonate him even if he's bowing. That Italian battleship is very tempting though. Actually, I don't have... that's the Russian Cavour. Novorossiysk, was it? I think it was. That's the enemy Wyoming shooting me. Decent damage. I did actually splash the magazine as well. Might want to see if I can finish off that Russian Dread. And there I go, ammunition burned out. Just before I was going to fire my salvo as well. Oh well. On to Marlborough. I really need to get the better AP though in Marlborough. I feel like that first AP lacks a little bit of penetration. Now to hard turn starboard and avoid the Arizona. I think that's starboard anyway. I might be incredibly wrong. Shouldn't try to be fancy with naval terminology. It is a 50-50, but yeah. Makes it even more embarrassing if I'm wrong. Can I slip past the Arizona without bonking into him? Don't think I can. So let's make that a preliminary I'm sorry. And bonk the Arizona. Man, the Marlborough really is a big ship. Didn't quite imagine it that big compared to Arizona. Oh, he's way closer. I should shoot for a front hull. Never mind. I guess the next target will be the Iron Duke. And the reason why I want to target the Iron Duke and not the Glorious is because the Iron Duke is just tougher. It's a better idea to deal with the tough targets first, in my opinion. Whilst your teammates can just deal with the softer targets. Enemy Des Moines, which is not much of a threat. What kind of... I'm hearing torpedo impacts on the island. It's a bit concerning. Ooh, there's enemies on A. That's not good. I'll deal with this destroyer just so it doesn't capture B or decap it. But it's about to come out of my gun arc, so I can't shoot anymore. Well, it's slipping behind an island. Oop. Weird. Can we shoot the Tashkent again? Not really. See, at this point I would love... Well, a float plane would actually be a bit too late now. Didn't capture it, might have just been an AI that decapped it. The Des Moines is too tempting not to fire my last salvo of the match off. At, rather. I think it'll be only two more salvos in this match. So let's make it count. Distance is a bit less than 2, mags is a bit less than 1. A bit less than 1, we under aim a little, and we fire. Please hit the magazines, that'd be very fun. Hit a lot of crew, but none of the magazines. And that will be my last salvo of the match. How many ticks are remaining? Actually, will myself even reach him? They won't. That was a decent one as well. Ah, I didn't even hear the ding. Never mind. Could have been a kill, maybe. But I think I undershot it actually. That's short of the Queen Mary by quite a bit. Oh boy. I did at least get fire prevention on the Marlborough, and let's get parts next. Prime armament targeting on Orion. Should probably get improved rangefinder, but I don't actually use the rangefinder all that much. I could go for speed, but I don't think it matters. I'll get rangefinder anyways. Alrighty, cutie. I will remove from squad. Yeah, that is always sad when you're playing on the Zeta and you don't see a plane. Yeah, a good match, maybe 2, and I'll get Queen Mary. And on we go. I'm kind of thinking though that after I get Queen Mary I could continue my British coastal grind, now that I have Terra Nova. And actually complete my British tech tree, but that's not going to be for tonight, getting Leopard. Well, it's better with frigates, but I haven't played Terra Nova yet. And I've heard mixed things about it. But yeah, I do kind of want to complete it. At one point I did have the Coastal 3 completed, but then of course they added the frigates and they added other boats and I just... You saw the rat? Oh boy. Now, what happened with the rat? Did he leave after one death? Did he J out 3 times in the reserve coastal? Because it's very likely to be either of those things. Ah, even better. I'm not quite a fan of Napalm Rat. But I don't produce nearly enough videos to try and compete with him. And now I just keep waiting for the queue. This little hint is also not right anymore, because you can control your ship when your bridge is out, just not well. And there we go, our next match. And it is Encounter South Kvarken. We could do the funny, because we are on the right... Are we on the... no, we're on the wrong side, darn. If we were on this side, we could just sail south and shoot up their convoy. I do not recognize that name. Never heard of it even. But what to do on this map? I'm definitely not getting QM from this match. I highly doubt I'll get it. And Nord is on enemy team now, lovely.
Action station. Enemy spotted. Helm, midships. Helm, midships. Aye. Collision alert.
And there goes half our convoy, I think. Yeah, now there goes half our convoy. Oh boy. I'm gonna sail north now, I guess. And hopefully not get hit by a 1-ton long lance. Which I most likely will get hit by. The thing is, yes, it is annoying, but on the other hand, Gaijin did this to themselves. by just removing all the islands. Did you spawn a backup Shima to spawn to launch more torpedoes? Disgusting. I think I've heard of that RB. I think I have actually heard of that. But I have never encountered that because I didn't play RB enough. Especially not that BR of props. I am expecting at least 4 torpedo deaths from the because that Shimakaze existed.
Destroyer.
You know the funniest thing about the way they changed this map? You know how other maps of Encounter, the convoy will move to like a corner of the map? Does anybody here actually remember why on some maps the convoy moves? Because there's a specific reason why, because all convoys on all of the Encounter maps used to be stationary now in open water. They started moving exactly because Japanese torpedo destroyers can just hit them from the other side of the map. So now they made the map more open, made it so that one team's convoy can get hit by Japanese torpedo destroyers from the other side of the map, and did nothing. That convoy does not move into cover, it just sits there. God, I still don't understand those map changes. I am 100% eating a long lance. Helgoland, what are you doing? Why are you slowing down? Just accelerate. That was a decent hit. An enemy battleship. Yeah, my goal is basically to just cut across so I'm not in the crossfire of the convoy, but if he's smart enough in his Shimakaze, he's not aiming for just the convoy, he's aiming for our fleet. I guess. Helgoland, why are you maneuvering like this? All you have to do is just don't keep swerving in front of me, please.
Damage control to repair party. Compound flooded compartment. L. Ladderport.
Yeah, we're just we're I'm expecting a lot of long lance hits, and I do mean a lot of them. Also, Nord, don't be the reason for me to introduce a stream delay. Please don't be the reason.
We're winning.
Because I don't mind people like Q sniping me, but if you're going to target me specifically, I'm going to start introducing a stream delay. Because that is not fun. Not fun at all. I hit? What did I hit on him? Because that salvo seems to be quite short rather than being actual hits.
Attention to the map.
There we go, that's a decent salvo. Decent-ish. You know, I am starting to look forward for more dev block season. And my squad mate steals the kill once more. I say steal, but I don't really care. Only 28 damage from me? Really? I thought I did a lot more than that. I'll wait for the lead from the fire control room. There we go. I don't know why my aim circle is doing that weird jump every time I quickly move it. I guess it's because my guns aren't in alignment, but it's a bit weird. That's my friendly hitting him. There goes my salvo now. Actually, it is engine. Oh boy, I did almost 100 points of damage to him. How lovely. I am incredibly paranoid about those long lances, and the fact that none of them have hit yet is a bit... I don't know. A bit odd. His math might have been off. Actually, how far is that? Does Shimakaze actually have the range to our fleet from there? I'm like, hold on, where is that spawn? No, it's way further. Guess I'll have to sing the Congo first before I can actually check the range. It might be that the Shimakaze doesn't have the range, quite, to actually hit our fleet, but I could be off as well. Because compared to the other, well, you have two different long lances. You have the 15-kilometer ones and the 20-kilometer ones. The 15-kilometer ones have a much larger punch, but have only a range of 15 kilometers. There's a sandbank there that I keep forgetting about. I think is it there or is it actually in the corner before? Or is it over there? Anyways, this island somewhere has a sandbank. That's really deceptive, but I don't think it's here. And G-Flood sank before my shells could hit him. Okay, there goes the first torpedo impact. Behind me. So I think we're out of the danger zone. Yeah, they're already behind us, so I think we should be fine. Although it could also just be the first wave of torpedoes. There is no torpedo mode on Japanese on the long lances. Both versions go 93 kilometers an hour. And yeah, they just don't have a torpedo mode.
Target identified. Battleship.
I think I'm actually just gonna camp here a bit.
Target identified. Heavy cruiser.
That'll be a torpedo incoming. Ouch.
Target identified. Torpedo line.
It would be incredibly funny if I slap him out of the sky with the main guns. But I won't.
Control burning compartment.
We're winning.
Not having any anti-air is starting to get really noticeable on these ships.
Damage control to station. Enemy listening.
And there goes that cruiser.
Target identified. Battleship.
And that's just a Cleveland sitting still under spawn.
Light cruiser! Ahead! 4,000 meters!
Target identified. Light cruiser.
Bearing 100.
It is actually stationary, so I can take my sweet time trying to hit his magazines. Let's reload a full salvo. I haven't seen any convoy ships getting hit by torpedoes though yet. I think he might have been out of range of them. Ah, that straddled his magazine. Of course it did. We'll aim for the rear one next. Well, that's gonna be your problem from now on, Sky. You've clearly been able to deal with multiple enemies at once. You don't need my help. Good luck.
Steer port!
Shells on target.
That you are, Sky. That you seemingly are.
Enemy vessel sunk. Direct hit.
On the Cleveland, do I have another target I could showcase it on?
Battleship.
Well, because the thing is, the range to a target vessel is the range to the middle of the target's vessel.
Target identified.
So if they're angled in slightly towards you, to hit the rear of them you have to range a little bit over. So, for example, do I have something that's angled in? I think the Arkansas here. So look at where my green impact indicator is.
Light cruiser.
There we go. So that's the front of the ship, and I'll put it high. You see how it slowly decreases in height? It's because the rear of the ship is further away than the front of the ship. And the range to the target is to the middle of the ship, just like the lead indicator is to the middle of the ship. So if you want to hit the rear of a ship that is angled in towards you, you want to overrange it a bit. And I was on that shot against the Cleveland. I was just looking at the impact indicator, not actually the range. Because the impact indicator will give you the accurate range to target. Like what I'm doing here. So I know that Arkansas is actually 10.8 away. Or are there anything else? But because of course it takes time for my shells to travel and he's closing in ever so slightly, I do need to range and adjust for that accordingly. Both the Arkansas and the Hara now with one bomb drop. Impressive. That is a 12,000 pound bomb for you. Yep, I'm gonna keep going forward because I do not like taking fire from an Arkansas. Because that happens.
Damage control to firefighting crew.
And I am not good with these kind of battleships. We're fine.
Starboard! 10,000 meters!
That is, I think, the premium Italian battleship I'm locked onto, but where is it? Ooh, it's close.
Damage control
Stop
to
the
repair
flooding.
Unload flooded compartment.
Rockets. That's a Bravi shooting its missile.
Damage control to repair party.
And just slapping a Key 67. Oof. But there's more. I don't like this. Yeah, that Key 67 did indeed get murked. What happened to the Da Vinci just then? Because if he did... Well, I caught that on footage, I guess. Because we saw that Da Vinci being flipped on its side, right? And then me just panning clean through the deck and getting to the magazine. Is that what happened? I'm just gonna claim that's what happened. That was indeed a big boom. And I think my only actual player killed this match.
Starboard, all.
Hard starboard! Aye! Helmet ships! Aye! Battle cruiser! Starboard!
Oh boy, there's a lot of ships over there.
Target identified.
Again, I wasn't looking. I'll give it a try because I do see him in a backup again. But don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon.
Target identified. Battleship.
That's gonna be way too little lead.
Target identified. Battleship.
Yeah, my shot is gonna land at I think 12 or 14. Actually.
Target identified. Battle cruiser.
Yep. And I think you can also make clips on this channel, but I'm not entirely sure. As I've never tried to make a clip of my own stream before. Although there's not much to see, it was like a split second before I actually caught what happened. Skype. Why are you interacting with my chat, damn it? You can't steal all my thunder. Well, chat at least.
Near hit!
5 minutes left. We do have the ticket advantage by quite a lot. Yeah, I think our buddy in the Shimakaze kind of underestimated his own, or overestimated his own range. I think his only kill was, well, his only torpedo kill, actually his only kill was at Harana with one of his torpedoes.
Light cruiser! Ahead! 11,000 meters!
Target identified. Destroyer.
I'm just not getting good lead, not at this range. Let's come to a halt and do some sniping.
Battleship.
There was 2 Arkansas, okay.
Engine. All stop. Port all.
You see quite a few Bravis at battleship yards trying to missile battleships, but genuinely there is no point in trying. A Bravi missile will not penetrate the belt of a battleship.
11,000 meters!
Much better off actually going for the AI destroyers if you're a Bravi. And there goes the Arkansas.
Direct hit. Target identified. Battleship.
Bearing 120. 9,000 meters. We are damaged.
I swear I heard a jet. And it was a jet, a friendly jet.
Target identified. Battleship.
Oh, if he's going to the orders of Harana, that's going to be a bit of a problem for him, I think.
Fighter! Ahead!
So let's see if we can suppress some of the NTR of a good old battleship hit. There goes a good old 800 kilo bomb on a 100 ton.
Light cruiser, starboard.
And we'll just continue to bombard the enemy battleships from this range.
Shells on target.
You do need to keep an eye out for coastals every now and then. As they can be a potential threat.
Shells on target.
The Bravi is doing some good work keeping all the enemy aircraft at bay though.
Direct hit.
Light cruiser, starboard. 10,000 meters.
We are down. Enemy hit.
I think I'll leave the Congo be for the time being and maybe fire a salvo at this Leonardo da Vinci.
120.
Seems to be steaming straight towards me. Let's just wait for the lead indicator to confirm my suspicions. And there we go. And let's see what that does.
Direct hit. We are damaged.
I think that's a Da Vinci at least.
Target identified.
Yeah, other people will be able to deal with the Congo.
120. 7,000 meters.
And it's game. Yeah, this game.
Target identified. Battleship.
15 more seconds, maybe enough time for that salvo to land.
8,000 meters. Enemy
And we pray to the snail for a lucky detonation. Darn. Match is over and didn't detonate him anyways. Yeah, I know, don't worry, RB. And again, my squad mate is outshining me by leagues. But I did get the Queen Mary. I am not going to buy it yet, just to save on some of the SL funds. But that is my British tree once more completed. The question is, do I now play Leopard? Or do I play other battleships? Because part of me kind of wants to get the Italian battleships. Like I've got the German battleships to get. There's just two more Italian battleships. But those are not really too fun. And Russia is quite a mess still. Don't know. You know what? Let's just play a match at 4-0 with the Terra Nova first. And see how that goes. If I am not gonna gamble on Stream Sky, that is a very bad idea. Because one, technically speaking, I shouldn't be able to open the suitcases in my country. And second of all, no. $24 KRP to get parts. Ugh. Coastal. There is a lot of talk about France getting their coastal tree next update. There aren't any specifics on what kind of ships though, but no well. You're in 4 lineup. But let's see just how painful Terra Nova is. The one lucky thing about not having any AP is that I come stock with my best shells, I guess. So that's not something I have to try and get. And there we go. Oof. Probably one of the worst maps to get in a frigate. And yeah, the two different kind of 3-inch are quite noticeably different. Oh, very nice, RB. I can only hope I'll get the same matchmaking.
Engine, flank speed.
Yike. But yeah, no, the 3-inch guns are very different. The front mount is the same as the secondary gun on the HMS Tiger. They're much more rapid fire. Whilst the rear mount is much like the guns you'll see on Chikugo and the other Japanese frigates.
Helm, hard aport.
I'm immediately getting shot at a spawn by a Ipechu. No, that's a Harukaze. And a Moffat behind it, of course. But you know, the rate of fire is quite different. Their shell velocity, I believe, is even quite different.
Steering is damaged. Vessel out of control.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Port your helm.
It doesn't overheat.
Control to station.
But I get the distinct feeling that instead of playing this BR, we'll be doing battleships of other nations. Because I cannot be bothered having to try Moffats with an HE-only ship at 4.0.
Starboard your helm.
We are damaged. Repair station. Steering damaged. Vessel out of control.
Yep, that is exactly what I have. It's a very weird mix, to be honest. And I think both have VT, but I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah, obviously they're useless. They're anti-submarine mortars. I don't recall them being that difficult. Actually, no, they're fixed range, aren't they?
Allied forces have
Aren't they like 600? Are they fixed range? I think they're fixed range, which is a bit stupid because they shouldn't be. But they can aim 360 degrees around.
Target identified. Destroyer.
Bearing 100. 9,000 meters.
Aye, steer starboard.
Yeah, it is a bit of a strange combination of weapons.
Destroyer. Bearing 100. 9,000 meters.
Port your helm. Aye, steer port.
Collision alert.
Target identified. Destroyer.
Bearing 80. 7,000 meters.
Starboard your helm. Target identified. Patrol vessel.
Bearing 80.
There's a lot of scary destroyers about.
Port all. Hard port. Aye.
We're ahead of the enemy.
Oh look, I am already not in the mood to try and deal with this.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
And there goes half my crew from just my frontal compartments. And of course our Moffat just sewed broadside on to the enemy and immediately died because the enemy has AP.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Repair parties, begin damage control. Hell, midship.
Thank you.
Damage control to repair parties.
And there goes the front turret again, and that is literally something I can't do anything against.
Destroyer.
What I wouldn't do for AP on those 76s. Luckily, this destroyer seems to have forgotten that you shouldn't just rush into enemy guns. Even if the enemy guns are a little bit incompetent. Or inept. Or incapable. Or whatever the word is.
Hell, hard aboard.
That Harakas is going to be a big problem there. Let's see if it can be as annoying as an SKR and just start floodings on him. Permanent hull damage. And I think we can. If we can actually hit him, that is. And down to 13% crew. And dead.
All hands.
I am not even gonna bother with it, I'm just gonna be playing actual destroyers.
All hands. Abandon ship.
And then we'll get right back to battleships after this match.
Action station.
And I think I'll just play my Japanese ones for fun.
Starboard your helm.
Maybe grind some modifications for Mutsu in preparations for the Magi.
Keep it up and victory will be ours.
It's just... I do not understand the reasoning for certain frigate BRs. Because I'm now gonna play a destroyer that's a lower BR than the frigate I just played. And I'm going to do a lot better in it because it has SAP and arguably way better guns. Even if the frigate's guns got SAP or AP.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Port your helm.
Very balanced indeed. And of course, don't forget that this thing is a reserve, so it only takes you like 2 matches to spade it. That was incredibly lucky of me. But yeah, playing frigates can be very frustrating.
Destroy the target.
The flooding on the Tarakaze is actually making my job a lot more difficult trying to hit the engines. Although at the same time it seems like my flooding against the Tarakaze plan has worked. Because it's the Terra Nova that got the kill on the Tarakaze.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
And I also remember that the Peacock used to be a 3.7. They just moved it up to 4.0 because reasons.
Hold your helm. Aye, steer port.
We are damaged.
Destroyer. Ahead.
That's an AI.
1,000 meters. Target identified. Destroyer.
Zero. 7,000 meters.
Yeah, same. The...
Destroyer.
I forget the name of it. Peacock. Yeah, Peacock with Vega used to be an incredible event lineup. Because you just first spawn the Peacock for the rank 5 modifier and then back up Vega at 3.7 and you just clean house. Incredibly fun. Incredibly good lineup as well.
Enemy listening and losing speed.
There's actually a player that might be important to try and hit.
Roger that.
We are down.
Can't quite see where I'm hitting, but I think I'm sinking slowly.
Ahead. 9,000 meters.
Enemy hit.
Target identified. Destroyer.
4,000 meters.
Attack the enemy.
Great hit.
Overshooting like crazy at the moment. There we go.
Keep it up. The victory will be ours.
Shells on target.
That's also an AI actually. For a second I thought it was a player.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
I'm not even sure what my shots are doing at the moment. Not very much by the looks of it. Now that is a player ship, but hey look, it's an American 8-gun destroyer.
Hard apart.
And it's somewhat showing its rear still. So let's just try and shoot the rear magazine. Yep, this one is a smart one. He's actually trying to block view from his rear magazine somewhat. But it's not completely gone. But at least my guns are small enough to actually not hit it. Never mind.
Enemy destroyed.
Light cruiser. Starboard. 3,000 meters.
That is something I literally would not have been able to do in the
Starboard all.
Terra Nova. I keep forgetting the name of that frigate. And that's the wrong button. Yeah, Terra Nova.
Shells on target. Direct hit.
Defend the B-point.
That should be maybe another kill for me if I can secure it. An assist.
Starboard your helm.
Japanese destroyer over there.
Air 080.
Oop, I actually got a hit
Allied forces
with my VT. But it's gonna be game over, I think.
Damage control to repair parties. Restore watertight integrity. Helm, midships. Yes,
And there we go.
routed. Report victory to HQ.
Yeah, I already know I'm not gonna like Terra Nova. Having 3-inch guns with no AP is not gonna do well. I did actually earn a surprising amount of RP in it. Not shabby. But that'll be something I'll be grinding off stream, I think. I don't think I have the mental fortitude to grind it during a stream. But now, what to play? I could somewhat prepare my Japanese battleships for when we get Amagi, if we're getting Amagi. Although there's not much for me left to do on them. Other than unlocking the second AP shell on Mutsu, maybe. But I didn't really want to play the Japanese battleships. If there are any requests of a ship that I should play, those are always welcome as well. Because I'm a bit stumped on what to play. Put all the American Blue Waters down there, yeah. Playing a bit too much Germany recently. Although they could use some work as well, I guess. What's the state of my renown? Pretty poor. Could play some battles in the renown. At 7-0. What's my hood like? Also kind of poor in terms of mods. Yeah, we could actually play some 7-0 British battleships, I guess, to continue the Sure, Nord. Okay, let me just... There we go. Invite to squad. Yeah, that's the button. Yeah, that's not the problem about the Renown. Is not the fact that its belt is above waterline. It's the fact that it doesn't have an armor belt. Like that's like 10 inches of armor. No, what is that? 9 inches, I think. Yeah, it's 9 inches of armor. That is just not great. And its magazine is close enough to the waterline to just get hit. Especially the rear one. Bit of well. Let's give it a whirl. See what happens. Also, just for like to make something very clear, the Renown is known for being an incredibly vulnerable and weak ship. Amagi has 1 inch more armor. So I've seen some people think that Amagi will be like even more meta defining. It really won't be. Not with 10 inches of armor. Yeah, it's a pretty thin, but like not thin, a short belt. It doesn't cover a lot of the freeboard. No, France still has the early dreadnoughts as their top tier. Oh well. We can hope France gets an actual proper battleship at some point, but I don't think it's going to be next update. Not specifically. We've had leaks that we're getting French coastal, but no specific vessels have been mentioned. Not that I know of, at least. If anything, we really should have gotten Dunkirk already. You know, I'm still kind of surprised at the possible addition of Amagi. Because if that's really true, then Japan only is missing, well, kind of missing 2 more capital ship classes, that being Tosa and Yamato itself. And it's just wild to me that Japan has so many of their capital ships in game then, compared to some other nations. I keep forgetting about the key, because I think it actually was laid down. But I keep forgetting about it. Because isn't key basically a Nagato? Or is it also a 10-gunner? I keep forgetting. Mm-hmm. According to Wikipedia, the key is actually successor to the Tosa, not the Amagi. Which is a bit weird to me. And Wikipedia is just lying to me, because like Wikipedia has these summaries for ship classes, and it says it's preceded by Tosa, but then later in the article it says it's actually development of the Amagi. Which is it, Wikipedia? Yeah, apparently they are 10-gunners though. The Tosa will be similar to well, the Tosa and Amagi are actual contemporaries. They're the same. They're developed side by side. The Tosa is the battleship. The Amagi is the battle cruiser. So the Tosa, I think, has a 12-inch belt and is a bit slower. But in terms of armament, should be the same. Yeah, if Wikipedia is to believe, the key would be would have an 11.5-inch belt. Oh boy, it's a weird in between Amagi and Tosa. Which, okay. Oh yeah, I guess that's true, Blick. Anyways, there goes our queue, finally. And it's New Zealand Cape. But yeah, I keep forgetting about Tosa, not Tosa, the keys. I think mainly just because they're like a weird in between.
Secure the ship for sea. Engines, flank speed.
I think another reason why I keep forgetting about the keys is because they're not, like, historically as interesting as the other ships. Yeah, well, if it were to come to War Thunder, it wouldn't get the 100 mils. Seeing as a ship would never have seen World War II service.
Starboard your helm.
Aye, steer starboard.
I also don't find the keys to be that interesting compared to the Tulsas and the Amagis. The number 13 is a lot more interesting. Yeah, Renown's pretty quick, even when stock. Well, stock speed modifications. I don't think I have any speed modification on this thing yet. I think I'll actually slow down a bit. Get to pass behind Sky.
Port all.
There we go. We don't have any other battleships with us.
Port your helm.
It's a relatively small match. It's good. Kind of.
Collision alert.
I have HETF loaded on the secondaries. Not much point using them against surface targets then. It still baffles me that the Renown doesn't actually have VT, but only TF. Such a weird choice. I need to keep my guns towards a possible enemy threat over there. It's probably going to take a while for them to get out there. They might as well shoot the Omaha a bit. It really should have, since it's in a 44 fit. It's really weird it doesn't have VT. These 15-inch guns sound very meaty.
Attack him.
Starboard. 10,000 meters.
Action station. Enemy spotted. Target identified.
There we go, Scharnhorst. I'm not sure. There's also a big what if, but I think documentation of 20-inch gun is a bit vague, isn't it?
Starboard your helm.
Aye, steer starboard.
Target identified. Battleship.
Also, it would be incredibly goofy to get the A150.
Light cruiser. Ahead. 9,000 meters. Target destroyed.
Target identified. Boat.
Attack the enemy.
Target identified. Battleship.
Yeah, I kind of recall them never being built either. The 20-inch guns. I wasn't reloaded yet. One more salvo into the Iron Duke, and then we'll switch over to the Scharnhorst to give it a good old bullying. I think I've seen that video over Drakenifel as well, but that's been a while ago. And their gun testing stuff.
Direct. Enemy ship on fire. Engine, transfer.
Yeah, exactly. I like that that secondary armament of the QEs as well, the 4.5-inch guns, because they are a battery like that is a really good anti-air battery. I think I'm gonna get myself behind this island, away from the Scharnhorst, and start engaging the Renowns in front. Rotate the guns and get ready to smack her down. The Renown is roughly a little bit shorter than 8 either side. Magazine is 1 and 1.7, 1.8 marks, that is. So we aim 1 point something like that, I think, was it? Yeah. Now, if the guns want to actually work with me and not trail way behind due to the list from the turning. And I think pop goes around now. Darn. That's a bit too high. There is an enemy aircraft up, but I am confident that my anti-air will hold. Yeah, and then if no testing ever occurred on those guns, it's very unlikely we'll ever see them in game. Also, I think I don't actually have the volume of fire to accurately hit the magazine on the Renown, so I should just be aiming for the crew on it. Look at all that TF exploding around him, and I think those bombs are aimed for me, so I'll just pick up some steam.
Airborne target destroyed.
It's less... The thing is, I've never really had a problem with the big guns, like this 15-inch and the 16-inch guns. It's more, well... It's more that, like, 10-gun ships and 12-gun ships are way more, you know, likely to hit MRX compared to 6-gun and 8-gun ships. So I think it's more a problem of volume rather than dispersion. Because 12-inch dispersion isn't all that good either. You just have a lot more of them.
Capture the zone.
Starboard your helm.
That guy's gonna sink now.
Battle cruiser. Starboard. 9,000 meters.
Target identified. Battle cruiser.
And we aim for the next Renown.
Enemy vessel sunk. Direct hit. Enemy listening and losing.
And I need to keep moving. Don't really want to be stationary in front of an enemy Renown.
Shells on target.
But yeah, I would say that you kind of don't want to go for MRX snipes with these guns. You want to more hit their crew, but at least these guns are potent enough to actually just annihilate crew.
Hell, midship. Hell, midship. High. Destroyer. Starboard. 4,000 meters.
That was way too short.
Enemy listening and losing speed.
Somebody attack him!
Damage control to repair parties. Pump out flooded compartment.
Yeah, that is actually kind of horrid dispersion. Just still hit him.
Hell, harder starboard. Harder starboard. Aye.
Enemy forces have
Think
captured the zone.
Starboard your hell.
I'll just fire some of the 4.5-inch guns at him, even if it is with TF, just to suppress him a bit. Add some pressure.
Attack the A point!
Enemy hit.
And I get detonated.
All hands. Abandon ship.
Because of course I do. But oh well, we have another 15-inch ship to use.
Abandon ship.
Is that Sharnhorse still being a thing over at sea?
Station. Action station. Enemy spotted. Steer starboard. Target identified. Destroyer.
It is.
120. 7,000 meters.
Target identified. Battleship.
Actually, let's go with turret ranging shot.
8,000 meters.
Port your helm. Aye. Steer port.
And give that Sharn some trouble.
Him.
Shout on top. Enemy hit.
I kinda wish I had some AP against the Sharnhorse rather than just sap. But it'll have to do. Yeah, my guns would actually want to cooperate with me.
Somebody attack him!
Direct hit.
Yeah, I need AP to actually penetrate his belt. What actually is my pen? I should have enough pen to penetrate straight through his deck. Or straight through his belt even. Even at slight angles. Actually, I lose a lot of pen as soon as he starts getting angled.
Damage control to the flooded compartment.
Sharnhorse is launching torpedoes.
Port your helm. Aye. Steer port.
But I don't think there's anything much I can do about it until I kill him. You know what? I'm gonna stop these ranging shots. I want to get a full salvo into him. don't think that's gonna happen anymore. So I should just keep firing.
Shells on target.
Let's actually maybe reload these 2 guns.
Enemy hit. Enemy listening and losing.
Okay, what crew percentage are you actually at, Scharnhorst? Is it 21 or was it 8? Come on then. Would be nice if the game would actually tell me the truth and not lie to my face.
We are damaged.
And I'll actually wait for a full reload. There comes the torpedo. And my guns are gonna overshoot because my list is so severe from a turn. God love the hood. That's also perma-flooding in an engine room, and I don't have any of my teammates near me to help me. God love it. The fact that I'm not panning a Scharnhorst 4 kilometers away with 15-inch guns is genuinely infuriating. If anything, the Bismarck would be less broken because it's higher in out of the water. I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna spawn a fresh hood and spawn right in front of his face. Not that it'll help because my turret reverse is so slow. So instead, let's actually use AP.
All hands, abandon ship.
Light cruiser ahead. 6,000 meters.
My Marlborough has worse shells, so I'm not gonna use it.
Hard apart.
So we turn away so I can get my rear 3 turrets on target faster than my front 2. Is he flooding? What crew percentage is this Scharnhorst at? What is actually his damage state? I do not know.
Battle cruiser. Hell, midship.
Enemy hit.
Damage control to firefighting crew. Control burning compartment.
To me, it sure seems like he's gonna sink. And stolen by Sky. Of course, now you come in to save me. God damn it. Yeah, no, there's no real point in me having used the Marlborough. It's the same ship, but worse shells. Because I don't have the second shell yet on the Marlborough.
Collision alert.
And I need to get my secondary control up again. Because for some reason they made it a toggle instead of just a quick keybind.
Surely be ours.
We should have actually aimed for behind the engine room there instead of in front. I think it'll be fine.
Enemy destroyed. Shells on target.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Target identified. Battle cruiser.
Bearing 102. 9,000 meters.
And we prepare for another battlecruiser. Oh, well, that'll warm me. I see it, Sky. Alrighty, see you, Evan. Decent enough first hit.
Overshot! Enemy hit!
Yeah, the poor performance of that 15-inch sap against Scharnhorst was kind of unexpected.
Flank speed.
Because theoretically I should have enough pen to just go through his belt. Especially at that range. Practically broadside on.
Direct hit!
Gonna have to check that in the armor viewer after this battle.
Enemy hit!
Helm, hard to starboard. Hard starboard, aye. Helmet, aye. Follow. Starboard. 10,000 meters.
At least we did secure the victory.
Steer starboard.
We are damaged!
Yeah, and also it really didn't help that I didn't actually know the damage state of that Scharnhorst during that little battle.
Shells on top!
All of a sudden going from 8% crew to 25, and then when I respawn he's flooding from the stern. Sure, it was Sky that stole that renown kill.
And equipment to storage position.
It was definitely Sky. Definitely wasn't me who detonated that renown. Certainly wasn't. Okay, got FPE. And I'm going to go get the AP as well. Seeing how the SAP underperformed against the Scharnhorst. Let's actually quickly take a look at Scharnhorst. So we were 4 kilometers away. A bit further, just for the sake of argument. Britain, we'll take the hood, we'll take its SAP. We're practically flat on, and we cannot penetrate its belt. Why can we not penetrate the belt? Wait, do I overpen at that range? Ah, well, that might explain it. I mean, yeah, I know there should be some around there. There should be crew compartments. Ooh, what did I bounce on there? Oh, the Citadel is actually stopping my ammo there. I was shooting... Where was he shooting a lot? I should shoot the rear as well a bit. Yeah, I know, because we're technically in ground. Just don't worry about it too much. What is the armor there, actually? Yeah, no, I was getting stopped by the internal Citadel, I think. In some places. So I was panning the belt, at least. I think. Weird. Yeah, let me switch back to Britain. And we'll just continue grinding some, well, playing some British battleships, or just 7-0 battleships. And really get ourselves some of that AP. Because at least that AP does span quite a bit more. Good armor. It's just a 12-inch belt. Like any other battleship. I wonder if that barbette bug for Scharnhorst has been fixed yet. But I don't think it has. And now we just wait again. Oh well. And now we just keep waiting. I genuinely think it is a slap in the face. Because first off, they gave us a mediocre naval event, of which we already had to wait because they thought that, well, the Churchill Crocodile was more appropriate for a D-Day kind of event. So we had to skip out, so to say, on a naval event. Then when you do get our naval event, it's the Alcione, which is just, okay, sure. Then the battle pass rolls around and we do not get a new reward. And that is just a big old slap in the face. And the fact that it's like, oh yeah, you can have a random loot box with any of 4 prior event vehicles. 3 of them are garbage, 1 of them is kind of decent. And if you have all 4 of them already, you have 100,000 SL, which you can make in 1 naval match. And literally, 100,000 SL is like one of the lower... You get rewards in the battle pass which contain 100,000 SL or more. Like literally 3 levels before you get this crate, you get 150,000 SL. So what's the point? It's a bit wild, bit whack. Now the thing is, I do not like being that negative. Because people who say that Gaijin doesn't care about naval need to learn how to cope. Because they're just trying to be a victim for something they aren't. If anything, naval still has the most potential for growth, as compared to ground and air, in terms of battleships, in terms of carriers, modern ships, submarines. Still plenty of cruisers to add as well. People saying that it's just an abandoned game mode need to just, I don't know. They're on some severe copium in my opinion. I will say though that development for it is slow, or it feels pretty slow. But oh well. It is what it is. I also think that the If it was like a battle pass, let's say like 2 battle passes from now, and we had decent like naval event rewards and we didn't get skipped on for a naval event, it would have been like less of a slap in the face to get that naval loot box. It would have been disappointing perhaps, but no well. But the fact that we had to wait for a naval event, that naval event was then kind of not worth it, and then to also not have a new boat for the battle pass, that was just an unfortunate series of events. Actually, until when does this battle pass go? October 23rd. There might still be a chance we'll get a fun naval event during that time, or a worthwhile naval event. But it is still pretty yikes. I don't see much reason to be pessimistic about a video game. Even if it is a video game I've spent quite a bit of time with, and more money than I'd like to admit, there's no point in being pessimistic about it. Shit happens, and if it happens not in the way you like it, then it happens not in the way you like it. Like, one thing I'm starting to like get less and less is people who are genuinely annoyed when boosters aren't, like, when stuff isn't as big as they expected it to be. Like, I've seen people complain about the size of the boosters. In my own opinion, I have a bit of a mix. For these boosters, right? I can't swap nations now. But them only starting at rank 4 is really rough for coastals. Ideally, you'd have that booster start at rank 3 for coastals, in my opinion, but no, well. It is what it is. And rank 3 is not the roughest rank to grind through for coastals. Christ, my tongue. But then it's only like a 40% booster for rank 4, which is manageable, I guess. And a 100% booster for rank 5, which is neat. It will actually, I think it will really help my German and Russian coastal grind. Actually, do I have boosts for those? Yeah, I do. It should help those along. Even if they're not all that big. Still a free booster. Not gonna complain about it. Unlike some people. Part of me does find it lame that you don't get like additional boosters for when you reach top tier in multiple nations. Because that'd be really funny, but on the other hand, it might be a bit too quick of a grind. If that is even something you can be annoyed about. True, that's true, Milk. Yeah. Probably the change would probably be implemented into naval as well, kind of, but it wouldn't, for as far as I know, noticeably change naval, because I'm not entirely sure, but from what I have seen and what I think how it works, it is actually like just the kinetic damage of a shell hitting something that does most of the damage. Like, the shrapnel effect is nice to hit surrounding modules, but for destroyers, you're destroying the engines by hitting them directly. You're destroying the crew compartments by hitting them directly, most efficiently. For cruisers, like, I think the only real difference you'd notice is firing larger caliber shells against smaller targets. Like, if you were to fire an 8-inch gun at a destroyer, you'd notice the difference in shrapnel a bit more, maybe, but who cares if you get slightly less shrapnel if you're a heavy cruiser shooting at a destroyer? You'll two-shot them anyways. So if it were to have, like, be implemented for naval shells, I doubt it would be all that drastic. of a damage change. I'm trying to think if it would like affect ammunition detonations, but I don't think it would. Because most shells, like having a sideways fragmentation pattern, so fragments that come out of the side of the shell, it's fine for a naval because a shell is rarely, if never, coming straight down on a target. You'll always have shrapnel just spreading out or vertically in a target. And you still have that that nose cone or whatever it is that apparently would go straight anyways, if you really needed some projectile to go straight on the path. I don't think it would affect naval all that much. It might affect magazine detonation chances a little bit, with maybe reduced fragmentation towards, you know, the magazines. But I don't think it would be the biggest of change. And we've been in this queue for 12 minutes almost. God damn. That's what queuing in a squad does, a top tier, I guess. Righty Nord. I'll re-queue now and immediately find a match. Yeah. Norway, and we're on the bad side of Norway, although not that it matters for battleships. We are on the bad side of Norway. Actually, no, it does. We get access to both spawns. I am going to spawn far. At least we got on the same team. Well, let's first spawn the hood.
Action stations, man your posts.
A Saxon or a Bayern and an Alaska.
Identified. Battle cruiser.
Bear 180. 10,000 meters.
These are currently the only enemy battleships over here. The Saxon, I think, is the biggest threat, but his guns seem to be distracted towards the other side of the map. And the Alaska is always a juicy target. Kind of. Oh, alrighty, Sky. Yeah, they've been predicting thunderstorms from my area of the country as well. We haven't been hit by any yet. It's kind of concerned if I had to not stream if there were thunderstorms. Also, that was way over. What is shooting at me? AIs, I think? Yeah, nothing too dangerous. Closing rate of the Alaska is faster than I anticipate, so I really need to under-aim it a bit more.
Damage control to repair party. Pump out flooded compartment.
Yeah, it's been quite windy down here as well. But it's been windy and still very hot, which is just annoying. But oh well. We'll deal with it some way.
We're winning.
I think I'm just gonna load a full salvo next, although these half salvos are actually better for timing. Also not as devastating per salvo. It was a decent hit. If you can replicate it with the rear turrets, that would be ideal.
Starboard your helm.
We could not.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Wouldn't be steaming flank ahead like that though.
Somebody attack him.
Enemy Bayern got sunk by our friendly Bayern. That's lovely to see. Enemy Moffat for some reason has a death wish.
Destroyer.
So let's grant him that.
Helm. Catapult.
The Allied forces have captured a zone.
Helm. Midship.
Launch torpedoes. We'll increase speed.
Victory will be ours.
And we'll start turning hard right. And use the island to just block those torpedoes for me.
Starboard all. Target identified. Battleship.
And he's changed target. Perfect, that means I can now deal with the Alaska again.
Target identified. Battle cruiser.
But being in a full turn will most likely mean my 15-inch guns can actually not hit the target.
Damage control to repair party. Compound flooded compartment.
Attack the enemy.
Or can they?
Fortified integrity.
It seems they can at that range. I should be fine from any torpedo threat now. For the time being.
Starboard your helm.
Alaska's riding very low in the water.
Target identified. Destroyer.
I think my friendly Bayern class should be able to deal with it actually.
Port all.
I'm gonna deal with these pesky little AI destroyers. And not forget about the enemy torpedoes.
All back.
And actually I should probably just take manual control of secondaries, refill the HE. It'll be fine.
Target identified.
Look, we're buddy in a Moffat.
Victory is close.
Engine. Flank speed.
Well, and those shells all over Pend, I think, and did absolutely no damage.
Target identified. Destroyer.
What I wouldn't do for some Japanese 140s as secondaries.
Starboard. Helm. Midship. Engine.
Alaska seems to not want to be in this fight anymore. Hostile torpedoes straight to the bow. I can tank those as long as I don't hit the magazines. I'm fine. They might have been 1 meter depth, and I did actually drift into the torpedo range apparently. But I'm fine. Took the torpedoes all like a champ.
Port your helm.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
And I will claim that kill on the Moffat. Just should. Ooh, enemy Scharnhorst. Let's see if we can do absolutely no damage to it again.
Control to repair party. Restore watertight integrity.
Yeah, the sap seems to just not be able to reach the crew compartments. Behind that little 40mm armor plate in the center of it. Is that an AI? I hope it's an AI. It is. AA guns are opening up, that's not good.
Repair party. Repair.
Need to repair whatever AA gonna have left then. Please repair quick, please repair quick. It was an F-84 apparently. That'll be the last salvo against it. Scharnhorst for the time being. If the magic trick involves me getting bombed, then I'd rather not see the trick. Oh, if you can make the Scharnhorst disappear, that would be a magic trick I'd love to see. Okay, save the main guns.
Target identified. Control.
An Atlanta almost bow in. That would be really funny.
Engine.
Oh yes, just turn more bow into me, please. I don't believe that lead indicator for a second. Let's let it update. I still didn't believe that, but I could be wrong. So let's go for the middle ground. And absolute devastation. Should actually probably just glide into A whilst I'm here. Rather than camping just outside of it. Nah, didn't hit the Atlanta hard enough. And now I need to turn my guns around. Why did the main guns fire when they were nowhere near being aligned? Who knows?
Keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Might want to get some sap on the secondaries as well at some point. I'm not going to use a 15-inch gun against whatever is left of that destroyer. That's a bit overkill. Now that I could use a 15-inch gun against. And we can rotate the guns.
Have captured a zone.
And I guess the Atlanta just really wants a piece of these 15-inch guns. Never mind, the Saxon got it with his 50-inch guns.
Target identified. Battleship.
Will I even be able to reload before the match ends? No, I won't.
Okay, all crew.
Alright, match in the hood, I guess. Didn't really get the most kills I could possibly get. Yeah, Skyper had to go. So that's fine. And I think I'm going to end this for tonight. My goal of getting Queen Mary has been achieved. I have a few more battleships to go for other nations, but not much else to show. It is... okay, let me think for next week. It's possible that I won't stream next week, unless it's a dev server, which there is a possibility it might be. But if there isn't a dev server next week, I'm not going to be streaming, just probably going to be grinding, doing some other stuff. Because there's just not much left for me to show, really. Especially since there's nothing new, no new mechanics, stuff like that. So I'm going to leave it at that for tonight. I thank you all for coming to watch. And if I don't see you next week, it'll be certainly the week after. So, as usual, thank you for watching, and I'll see you around the next time.